Let's talk appliances. Well, not so much appliances as the small details that surround them during planning and designing a kitchen. Most of us will go out and we'll read reviews, or we'll speak with family and friends about their experiences with brands or features, and we'll then pick our appliances based off this information. But then what? Picking our appliances is really only half the battle, and it's arguably the easiest half at that. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I want to talk about small mistakes surrounding appliance selection and placement. But first, if you aren't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do so. We're a community of people that are all just trying to better our homes one room at a time. Starting with the most important one, of course, the kitchen. You've probably heard advice about buying or choosing your appliances before you start planning your kitchen. Then it's easy to mold the cabinets around these items and put everything together like a big puzzle. However, I've run into far too many people with buyer's remorse, stuck with appliances that either aren't right for them or aren't right for their space. Yes, we should be buying our appliances at the early stages, our planning stages of our kitchen design, but not all on their own. Begin with a blank slate, your kitchen measurements, and start getting an idea for how that space can be laid out. I like to start with the sink. After all, this will be the most used and central point of your kitchen. From there, the features of your home, like windows or doors, the length of walls, or the square footage will start dictating how the rest of the puzzle falls into place. After your sink, move on to the dishwasher. If you have the option and space to place the dishwasher on either side, take a minute and think about which might be more beneficial. Are you right-handed? Then you might prefer to move to your right when loading the dishwasher. Think about what's across or beside the dishwasher. Will it be easy to unload clean dishes? And is there room for cabinets nearby? What about your garbage? This may also impact the general sink area and arrangement. Quickly, you see how proper kitchen design starts taking into account those appliances and cabinets at the same time. Once our sink and dishwasher is in place, we can start moving on to our cooking area. If you're after a slide-in range, well, that's a lot simpler than say something like a cooktop and wall oven, where placement and arrangement can become a lot more complicated. First question is, do you have room for a cooktop or range top and a wall oven? The second question to ask yourself, where can I vent the cooktop or range? I find a lot of people overlook ventilation when it comes to placement. The last appliance I typically place in a kitchen is the fridge. And although its positioning or placement within our kitchens is important, spacing takes precedent every single time. Double check your appliance sizes, both open and close. Now I'm going to break this up into two parts, and let's first start with built-in appliances like ovens and microwaves. Don't blindly trust a 30-inch wall oven will fit your cabinet. Look up the appliance specs and make sure the required cutout works ahead of time. If you're planning to use RTA cabinets, make sure they can accommodate the weight of your appliance. You often need special reinforced shelves to carry the weight of some of these double ovens. You'll also need to consider working at these appliances. Neither your wall oven or your microwave need to be centralized within your kitchen, as baking doesn't require the same attention as frying or cooking on the cooktop. However, they do need to be at an appropriate working height. You shouldn't have to be reaching overhead, especially with hot items. That's just dangerous. And even more so if you're a family with little kids running around the kitchen. In addition, you don't want to have to open that oven and be squeezing between an island and that oven door in order to work at it, so plan your spacing accordingly. And finally, you want some sort of open countertop nearby for a quick place to drop hot items. Next is spacing. I don't know how many times I've walked into show homes or new renovations only to find the fridge doors don't open properly. French door refrigerators need to be able to open past 90 degrees for complete access. It's really nice to be able to pull out those produce bins in our fridge and clean properly behind them every now and then. That means if your fridge is going in the corner of the kitchen, a spacer needs to be included along the wall. If you're working with a wall oven, they typically can't sit right next to each other either. There are exceptions to placing fridges directly next to wall ovens, for example, but I'm not going to dive into all of those specific examples because they're really appliance dependent in this video. But here's a couple ways that I've solved this problem in the past. In this kitchen, I placed a narrow pantry pullout between the fridge and the oven microwave combo. This gives both the appliances plenty of room and helps break up what can become a wall of stainless steel. These clients opted to go the IKEA route, meaning no custom cabinets like the last kitchen. They also had a long list of appliances they wanted to include. I added filler panels in between the fridge and each appliance cabinet to provide the necessary clearance for the fridge doors to open properly. It's easy to walk into an appliance showroom and ooh and awe at all the beautiful options. However, my hope is that you've already planned some of the initial stages, that initial layout of your kitchen design before you get there, become overwhelmed, or simply get veered off in the wrong direction. It's easy to talk ourselves into needing double wall ovens without thinking of other options. But ask yourself, do you really need 2 ovens that provide the same features? You could buy a steam oven, a speed oven, a microwave, even warming drawers, all of which are going to provide you with different, maybe even better cooking options instead. The same can be said for fridges. Before you cram a beverage fridge into your kitchen just because your neighbors have one, think about some alternative options, some other places that it might work in your home. Maybe you can create a little beverage nook out of some wasted space adjacent to the kitchen or near the family room. Not only is this likely to be more functional, it frees up valuable space for more storage within your kitchen. We love to plan around the what ifs in life, but take a minute and sit and think about how you cook, how you bake, what you like to bake, and how you work daily within your kitchen. Don't plan your kitchen around the 1 to 2, maybe 3 big gatherings a year where those extra oven space or that extra fridge space may come in handy. To quickly recap, plan your kitchen layout and appliance placement and size together. They aren't mutually exclusive. Think about how your appliances will fit and function in your kitchen. This includes while you're working at them. And finally, don't include appliances you don't need. Not only does this increase your kitchen renovation cost, but it typically makes for an inferior layout and design. I want to take a minute here and say thank you for watching another video here at HS Design Studio. I know you could do pretty much anything with your time, and I'm grateful for every minute you choose to spend with me and talking kitchen design. On another note, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I'm off to Kelowna next week. I get to visit a kitchen that I designed a couple of years ago and work with those same clients on a complete home renovation plan. I'm super excited for that. If you're looking for more kitchen design videos, click on either of these. Otherwise, until next time, bye-bye.